there was a long period of time where you would look at me and say, I can't stop picturing you with something else, somebody else.
Right.
And it's hard. We had those moments.
Yeah. Well, I know people that haven't gone to a certain place because of whatever, trauma that's happened. For me, I really wanted to face some of those things, as hard as it was, and take some of the power out of those triggers. You don't know what's going on in my head. So if there's ever been a time, we're in New York right now.
Yeah.
And that could be triggering for me. And it has been in the past.
The whole state is a trigger for you. Yeah.
The whole place is a trigger. What do I want my life to be like? Do I want to keep sitting in this and being triggered by every little thing that I see? Or do I want to talk about it, get it out, and try to move on? And every time I feel like I'm moving on, there could be a couple of steps back. I don't want to be living with triggers for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And my therapist did say you probably will, because that's part of the betrayal and trauma and all that.
You overcome. It's a great thing to bring up, because that is often, I think it's a natural thing for somebody to think, because someone's cheating and they're having sex with somebody else and you immediately think it's about you. The truth is there's not enough, you can't have enough sex for somebody who's going to cheat, and someone who's going to lie, and someone who's going to deceive. It's never been about that.
Right.
And I think for a lot of people, they resonate with that. And I think it's hard. Obviously, I can't speak for you being the woman in this scenario, but I'm sure that was a temptation to think, man, this is about me.
100%.
He's using those words. I remember you saying that about, I remember I came home from the gym one time, and you came with me, and you were completely quiet, and we left the gym, and you just burst into tears in the car, and you were like, I get triggered thinking about you in a gym, and I don't want to go to the gym.
And then I didn't for a year.
The way this person worded it, are you ever at a place where you truly trust him, or does some small doubt still linger? That sounds like somebody else's question for their guy. Do you ever really? No, so that's the question. Do you truly trust him, or does doubt still linger?
Absolutely, doubt still lingers. I don't think I would be human if I didn't have those doubts. Social media really, and thankfully you've got other people doing all the posts and stuff, but you being on there was a trigger for me. So the other morning I woke up early and your phone was right next to my head, so I picked it up and I scrolled through the text, and my pain shopping was, my thought was, I'm going to see if there's anything on here that is inappropriate, or if there's anyone on here that's texting. So I do still have those moments. And I mean, it could be anything, you know, we were somewhere, I forget where we were, or just even you looking at your phone. I have to constantly, I remind myself again, yes, what has happened is true, is real. He did do this. He did break so much of my trust.
Yeah. Touch on the boards, I like this shit. It's got that feel to it. Had it hard.
Let me ask a question, right? Most of us have asked ourselves this plenty of times. Why are you still there? If you're in this situation where you've been disrespected, your boundaries have been violated, you've experienced all this pain, you see this person don't care, why are we still in this situation? Why are we putting ourselves through this? You understand what I'm saying? When is the time that you really need to be like, yo, what's gonna hurt worse? Me staying and allowing this for much longer, or me picking up and going and learning how to move on without this person? Y'all know I only talk to y'all from experience, or, I try to be as real as possible about whatever the topic is that we're discussing. Too many of us overstay in situations that probably died a long time ago, and not died so much because so much time has passed and things have flamed out. I mean, died because the person that we're in the relationship with, or whatever you'll call it, has done so many things that eventually even the best and biggest of hearts get tired. You understand what I'm saying? We've all been there, myself included, and sometimes our hope for this person to change outweighs our common sense to where we can see that this is just who this person is. They're not gonna change. In this case, I'm not saying that's the case with Carl Lentz. I have nothing against him. I think he's a great speaker. When he was preaching that Hillsong, I was a big fan. I loved hearing him preach. He got us through COVID. You know, we would tap in and listen to the sermons and the services whenever we knew he was speaking. Like, I actually love Carl Lentz. But listening to this interview with him and his wife, and I'm listening to all the things that she said she went through for a few years after his infidelities were brought to the front, put on Front Street, if you will, it just resonated with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been there too myself. That triggering feeling is, man, that's nothing to play with. When a person has broken your trust so much and violated your vows to each other, whether you're married or your vows you've made as a regular couple. You know, we still make promises to each other. Our body makes promises to each other every time we sleep together. And, you know, on top of that, you telling a person it's just you. You're the only person I'm dealing with. You're the only person I'm seeing. And they come to find out that you've been lying the whole time, that you've been spreading yourself thin, or you've been making these same promises to another person. It's a devastating feeling. Let's put it that way. Everybody got a past. We all make mistakes. I've been on both sides of the fence. I've been the person that done wrong, and I've been the person that got done wrong. Neither one is fun. Sitting there being lied to or trying to forgive somebody that lied to you and stepped out. Now you're super insecure, or you questioning everything they tell you. You know, when you gotta get to the point you're checking phones and everything they do triggers you, or, you know, you can't even be intimate with the person without thinking about them being intimate with whoever they stepped out on you with. That is, whew, man, that's torture. And sometimes it's self-torture because we choose to stay in these situations. You understand what I'm saying? One thing I've learned, if you don't love and respect yourself enough not to put yourself through that, sitting there waiting for the other person to love and respect you enough to stop or to care how you feel, you're wasting your time. I love to see reconciliation. I'm happy for the Lentzes. I'm happy that they are working it out and they found an outlet. They managed to get past whatever he's done, and they seem to be in a much better place. But in all honesty, I think Mrs. Lentz probably should have walked away when everything happened. As painful as it was, and I know, you know, he gave her a bunch of reasonings why. He has his excuse, and he's on an apology tour, which is, I commend him for. I commend him. I'm not knocking him, because a lot of people don't take full accountability. You question, is his accountability because he got caught, or is he truly, truly sorry? Or is it more embarrassment because he was on such a high pedestal and huge platform and got knocked down because he couldn't control himself? Like, which one is it? You know, you always, in her case, she's always gonna probably have that in the back of his head. If this never came to light, how long would it have went on for? And same goes for a man. If we're on the receiving end and your lady gets caught out there, you find out some things, and you're gonna ask yourself, yo, is she really sorry because she loves me and she regrets doing this? Or is it because she got caught out there and now she's exposed? Again, I don't knock anybody that's trying to make things right. And for them, I hope that that really is the case. I hope this isn't just to make himself look good in front of the world again. You know what I'm saying? And regain his stature or his title, because not for nothing, his family lost everything behind that. You know, I hope he is sincere. But my advice to anybody else in these situations, sometimes it's best to walk. As hard as that may be, especially when you love somebody, I think the torture and the damage that you're gonna put yourself through emotionally, mentally, sometimes even physically, because stress could cause you to get sick or you know, who knows. It's not worth it. Sometimes it's better to just walk away, take some time to yourself, and start over. You rather deal with the pain of the loss than the pain of regret for not walking away when you should have. If you look at Mrs. Lentz closely, she still looks stressed. She still looks hurt. She still looks like she's going through it. You know, we can all smile for the camera and pretend everything's happy-go-lucky. Sometimes it's hard to look at a person the same after they betrayed you that much, after they lied to you that much. You think about, damn, every time I was asking this person something, they would treat me as if I was crazy for even thinking that. The whole time they was lying, and the whole time I was right. And that's the part that's gonna mess with you forever. That's the part that really makes me say, nah, it ain't worth it. When you catch it, you find out sometimes it's best to just walk. Don't hate that person, don't wish them no bad. Deal with the pain, rebuild yourself in silence, let it make you stronger, and move on with your life. That's just my opinion on things. I'm really curious to hear what y'all think about their story. I want to hear if you guys ever been in that situation. How did you handle it? Did you leave? Did you stay? If you are still with that person, how did you get over it? How did you cope? How did you heal? You know, I'm truly interested to know, and maybe your story could help somebody else. Either way, subscribe to the channel, and I'm looking forward to seeing y'all on the next one. Peace.
Look me in my eyes, what you see is what I've been through. All I'm pouring out is pain. Head seeping through my pencil. Check the streets for my credentials. Ask all the bells, my name rang.